All right, beautiful people, also freedom all over the world. Wherever you're joining us from today, this is Exposed News TV, your one and only YouTube platform that gives you quality news, quality information on everything happening in Biafran territory. If this is your first time of joining us today, you are highly welcome. Please make sure you share this video to as many groups, to as many platforms as possible as we continue to give you more updated news and information on every activities happening in Biafran land. Now, before I play, the videos and the issues to discuss today, you must understand one thing, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is under the DSS custody today after he was abducted because of Biafrans. Let's make that let's clarify that. I will always remind you that Onyendo Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who should I use the word? Who used himself, as more like a sacrifice, just for the freedom to continue to flow, is under the DSS custody just because of the Biafran struggle. It is actually painful that Onyendo Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's idea of creating indigenous people of Biafra, that we not compromise, that we stand strong, that will be resolute even in the face of adversity, is not what the IPOB is turning into at its, currently, since the abduction of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, set up IPOB with every sense of clarity, so that Biafrans will look at every activities and see clarity. The same thing the Prime Minister Simon Èkpá is doing. He placed the Prime Minister Simon Èkpá in handling the issue of the broadcast, speaking and all that, because he was someone who could speak out as of then. But Chike Edozie and the rest of them fought the Prime Minister Simon Èkpá because of the fact that the Prime Minister Simon Èkpá was exposing them. And how? He was exposing them. They said, according to what they said he wasn't following the pattern of the IPOB. He was talking again, he wasn't talking in line to what they want him to say. So they wanted a way they could control the Prime Minister Simon Èkpá to say what they wanted, because they were working for the Nigerian government. And Simon Èkpá is a no-nonsense man. It is somebody that doesn't give a damn about you or whoever you are. Let us pause there. That is not the issue we're discussing today. Why I raised this issue, is because of this video that I'm about to play to you concerning Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I want you to watch this video briefly, watch this video briefly to the end, and try to understand what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is trying to say, what he wanted, and why the Prime Minister Simon Èkpá is the only person that Biafrans can actually see that is doing exactly what Onyendo Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wanted in the Biafran struggle. I keep on asking my question, this simple question, and I'm here to get an answer. What would have been the fate of Biafrans if the Prime Minister Simon Èkpá Njoku did not come to take over the mantle from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu after he was abducted? What would have been the fate of Biafrans? Please go to the comment section and give me the answer.
Okay. All right. We'd like to know what actually transpired yesterday here between the military and some of your men.
The Nigerian military came to my village to intimidate and to harass innocent civilians who are unarmed. I was sleeping. It was their siren that woke me up from sleep. And I inquired what was happening, and I was told that the army were coming to my house. So I looked through the window, my bedroom window, towards the junction, which is less than 100 meters from here. And I saw their armored personnel carrier. He drove past, and then he turned around and came back again towards this direction. And they started firing at the people who were protesting and asking them why were they coming to this place to harass peaceful people who was done nothing to deserve such humiliation and intimidation. I said, what happened? They started firing indiscriminately. So I was told that a few people were hurt and injured. I saw 2 people who were bleeding profusely. I was told there were casualties. And as is their tradition, when they shoot people, they carry their bodies away. So we didn't want them to get at those people. That's why we prevented them from coming here. The intention was to come here to ransack my family home. And we would not have that. That's exactly what happened yesterday. Now, the entire episode was captured on a videotape, and I'm sure that's widely available for people to see and come to the conclusion. The one thing that happened for sure was that our people were insistent that they will not enter my father's compound. That was what happened yesterday.
So those that were hit by the bullets, where are they now?
In a very secure location, after receiving first aid treatment, they are now receiving very serious medical attention. And last night, this same Nigerian military went to FMC, which is the Federal Medical Center, to inquire about them so they can take their bodies away as usual.
How many of them, sir?
3 in total that I'm aware of.
No lives were lost.
I understand that lives were lost.
Do you know about the number of persons lost?
I know I was told at least 2 people. It was 5 initially, but the rest sustained superficial injuries and bullet wounds.
The police told us 3 people are currently receiving treatment at their clinic. That they were only macheted, not shot.
Who macheted who?
That's exactly what I'm mentioning.
Ask the police, because they're liars. The Nigerian military and Nigerian police, they have perfected the art of lying. And unfortunately, some of you, men and women in the media, have allowed them to get away with murder. That is why they do what they do, because of the complacency of the media and certain television stations. That is the reason why Nigeria is a dictatorial state. That is why there is no freedom here. That is why people are being pursued into their bedrooms to attack them. You have been here now. Do you see anybody armed? Have you seen any soldiers, as they claim? We have. We are a peaceful people. My father's palace is Omudo's palace. My father is a JP, has been a peacemaker all his life. All I want is freedom. And I have determined that self-determination via referendum is the best way to settle this dispute once and for all. And we are undeterred.
Yeah, on the part of the military, actually, quite trending through the social media that they went through the FMC road, okay, as this particular incident took place, the axis between FMC and World Bank, but unfortunately, you've been able to tell us that it actually happened right here. What's your part?
It happened here. The thing about the Nigerian military, which you men and women of the media must try to counter, come and investigate. Go and ask people. Less than 100 meters from here, the junction right behind me was where all these things are. We stopped them from entering this untarred road. That is why they've not tarred this very road, because my father is an upright man, a traditional ruler who will not compromise his principles. They refuse to tar his road. That is why. At the end of this untarred road, at the junction, was where they parked their tanks. I saw them. Go and watch the video. They moved up and they reversed and came back. They turned their tires to come in here. And the young man said no, that they won't come in. That's exactly what happened. And we maintain, and will continue to maintain, that we remain peaceful, determined and very resolute. Nothing is going to stop us. Nigeria is bringing war to us. We are not fighting anybody. It is Buratai and his men that are bringing war to us. They want us to become armed so that the world can say that Nnamdi Kanu is leading a violent armed group, which is not the case. They are provoking us to war. And it's your duty as journalists to make sure that the world understands this.
Okay, there was this report that you had a meeting with the Southeastern governors. What was actually the outcome of that particular meeting you had with them?
I think my primary concern is for the family of those that lost their lives and for the people in hospital receiving treatment. When the time comes for that, I will gather you people from the media to brief you as to precisely what we are doing.
Thank you.
Thank you. Please, I want to ask.
And I am very, very happy for what the children have displayed this evening. It shows that they are indeed following, as we are making the history, they are following us bomber to bomber.
Yes.
Our promise as a government is that you can never, ever, ever live in IDP camp in Biafra land. Those who have made it possible for others to give birth in IDP camp, and the children that were born in IDP camp in Middle Belt today are 19 years of age, which means they have lived in IDP camp over 20 years. I want you to understand that the Usman Danfodio legacy that the Nigeria terrorist state, sponsored by the government in the central and the federal, are pushing today is the conquest of the entire Nigeria, which Biafra is resisting ruthlessly. Today, they are not interested in the killing, abduction of other Nigerians, but they are more interested in fighting those who have provided security for our women and children in Biafra land, which is the Biafra government. I want you to understand today that the reason our people are happy is because they know that the atrocities that are happening in other parts of Nigeria are not happening in Biafra land. Even when the enemy who never loved us today are now crying. And they will always cry about Simon Èkpá. Everywhere you go today, Simon Èkpá this, Simon Èkpá that. But you know what? It is not moving me. Because if they stop talking about it, I will do something that will make them to talk about it. Because the time they talk about me, they talk about Biafra. You can never separate Simon Èkpá and separate Biafra. Any day you mention Simon Èkpá, you are already talking about Biafra. No matter how you hate it, no matter how you want to avoid it, you will talk Simon Èkpá, you talk Biafra. You talk Nnamdi Kanu, you talk Biafra. So my people, what are we doing? Remember that 1 year ago or 2 years ago, they don't want to talk about Biafra. They don't want to talk about us. They were thinking that we are on social media. We were, dancing to their tune, dancing every time on social media. They say we are dancing. We are content creators. We agreed. We did not dispute and argue with them. So, but today, that dancing Tom and Jerry is no longer dancing Tom and Jerry. It has become a reality. The dancing is no longer on social media. We are now dancing in our own land, having the de facto government controlling the entire territory of Biafra, and Biafra people are loyal to the government. We still have some disgruntled failures, very few of them, who are actually idiots. And from the Asian man who defined what idiot, the definition of idiot, who gave a very good definition of idiot. So I call them idiots, who all they do is, like today they say, instead of Simon Èkpá, we bring Biafra. Let this kind of Biafra not come. Nigeria needed something like a demon to fight the demon in Nigeria. And that's exactly what we're doing. If Nigeria think that they are demon, we will bring other demons to fight Nigeria. If Nigeria think that they are so evil, we will bring other evil to fight Nigeria. And that's exactly what we're doing. So the more heartless they become, the more heartless we become. And let me also tell you that any government that uses violence against its own people, that particular government must also be responded with violence. The government that think that they can use guns, barrel of the gun, to force people into a union they are no longer comfortable with, will also be responded with the barrels of the gun to separate, for these people to separate from that forceful union. And I want to tell you today that whatever we are doing is for the best interest of the children of Biafra. In Biafra land and Biafra as a country, as a nation, that is where the true definition of leaders of tomorrow will be achieved. And the leaders of tomorrow will become a reality in Biafra land, not in Nigeria, where you say leaders of tomorrow. We were in the 80s, when some of us were born in the 80s. The people that were ruling Nigeria then are still presidents today. So when are you going to become the leader of tomorrow? It is false, fallacy, and fake promises under Nigeria. But in Biafra, we will make that particular dream of leaders of tomorrow a reality. And that's why we are fighting, doing everything to give the opposite of what Nigeria is to our people. And these our children today understand that Biafra is only hope they have. That's why they are their talent to speak and appreciate the government of Biafra for what we have done so far. So why the idiots are on social media looking for what I call the stomach infrastructure, the children are keenly observing how we are doing this thing, what we are doing, and the reason we are doing it. And the only way they can express their gratitude is by what they have done today. You can see it took them probably many hours to come up with something very magnificent that they are presented here today. This is more than a word. This is more than statements they have spoken in a very language that the zoo and the terrorist state of Nigeria will never ever understand. What it means is that the Biafra children are 100% with the Biafra government, and they trust the government because the government has provided security for our women and children. This security we will continue to provide. A lot of people are making sacrifices to make sure that they put their life on the line in between the terrorists and our children and our women. So when the terrorists come, there are people who have sacrificed their life to be on the line, waiting for these people to come, and they will face them. So they will never allow them to get through you. I want to make it very clear as a warning to the communities that have now decided to collect what they call amnesty in the name to sabotage Biafra. And that's why the official Edo Akanonu has been activated from today. If you are one of those who have collected money to sabotage Biafra freedom, sabotage and sell the future of these children and other millions of children of Biafra, you will never live to enjoy the money. The land of Biafra will swallow you before you even think about doing anything with that money. So the message I have come to deliver today, I want everybody to cut this particular video. Those communities that have collected money from Nigeria government to sabotage the Biafra struggle, we know all of you. And I got doing this with that canon. I am telling you, you see this heart? It is here. And that's what we need. I got doing a canon in a very serious manner. So all of you that have collected money now are in the name of amnesty, and they want to be the one leading the war front, showing where the military, the terrorist army can go, and I know that, believe me, we are coming for you. The land of Biafra will never allow you to succeed. That's my message for you today. You will never ever leave to succeed in sabotaging the struggle. We will do everything for December. I know, I've been telling you people that December 2nd is sacrosanct. And a lot of things are going to be happening very soon. And it has started happening. Both the propaganda on social media, both on ground. As I'm talking to you today, those communities that have collected money, you know yourself. I don't need to recall your name, but I may call your name in my next program on space. I will mention communities that have collected money. And of course, I want everybody to understand that many people have died for this.
Do not know what you are waiting for. Hit the button immediately, because a lot of things are going on here and we are dissecting them one by one. We are live and direct, and we are broadcasting on 2 different platforms. We are live on our sister channel, which is Biafra Unite TV, and of course, we are live on our Facebook page, our sister page at the same time, which is Biafra Unite Official. As you all know, that we can no longer broadcast for now on our main and official Facebook page, which is Biafra Unite Television. So right now, if you are watching from any of these very 2 platforms, I want you to do the needful. Please endeavor to welcome others that they may join us as we move with speed to do the needful this very evening. As I told you, many things have happened already. Now, I'm going to read this very news from the Daily Post, a Zoom media platform, of course, which is also doing well on their own, level and perspective. Now, they said, Naira slumps massively against dollar on Tuesday. Not be me talk am. Naira slumps massively against dollar on Tuesday. And I saw a video where Tinubu was in China. I don't know, should I call it brainwashing, or the people he's talking to understand that he's actually brainwashing them, but they just pretended as if they are following, because when he talks, they will clap for him. When he speaks, they clap for him. So he was in China, brainwashing some Okokos. I don't know those who were clapping for him. Maybe they are from the, Nigerian embassy in China. Because I don't believe that an ordinary Nigerian, moreover, China is more popular. Okay, those that they call Nigerians in China are more of the Igbos, Biafrans. I don't know if there's any other tribe in China from where they call Nigeria, if not the Biafran people. Maybe few Yorubas, very few Yorubas. Maybe 2% of people, the population that constitutes Nigerian population in China, maybe 2% is Yoruba. But as far as I know, 98, if not 99% of the people who are in China, as they refer them as Nigerians, are Biafran people. So I believe that those who were clapping for him were those who are serving in Nigeria High Commission in China. Because an average, Biafran man who is working his ass out in China cannot even make out time to go and see the kleptomaniac. Talk less of clapping for him. He's brainwashing some Umokoko there, telling them, hey, we have taken the rough decision to better the economy. How have you taken the rough decision to better the economy when people are suffering and dying in hunger? People are dying out of hunger. And you say you have taken, if you have taken the tough decision as you portray, why is money scarce? Why is the Naira slumping? Who is killing the Naira? Who is killing the Naira? Like, seriously? So if you have taken the right and tough decision to better the economy, is it not to take the monies from those who are siphoning it and push it to the public, to the masses, to the citizens, and allow the masses to live a better life? If you have truly taken a tough decision to better the economy, there are people who are stealing the money. So the tough decision for you to take, or you have taken, should be cutting off the avenues that people are siphoning the money, and make sure that these monies go to the masses and better the economy in the country. But lo and behold, people are still siphoning the money. Oil is still being refined in Malta, UK, and other parts of the world, and he is somewhere telling the zoo animals how he has taken a tough decision to better the economy. Now let us read. They said, the Naira slumped massively against the dollar at the both official and parallel foreign exchange market on Tuesday. On both official market and parallel foreign exchange on Tuesday. You see, this is from a zoo media. All right. This is our joy. When it's like this, we are happy. That's why I'm bringing it to you. That's why I'm bringing it to you. Because when things like this are happening, it is for our own benefit. I want you to be seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. I want you to see that we are succeeding, because whether you like it or not, you can never get freedom in a serene environment. It is not possible. Anybody who tells you that is lying to you. I said, anybody that tells you that is lying to you. You can never ever get freedom in a serene environment. You get it in a very tough and hard environment where things are completely gone and destroyed. That is how you get freedom. Anybody telling you you are getting your freedom out of peaceful means, that person ijidokute tugbuo ya no bụ onye asị. Even Europe never get their freedom, on a peaceful means. It doesn't work like that. So when the zoo crumbles, the more the zoo goes down, the more our freedom, gets near. That is how it is. Now, let us read this headline and then we move to the main topic of the day. Please, if you can hear my voice, is my voice loud and clear? Is my voice loud and clear? Please let me know in the comment section, wherever you're listening from, whether on Facebook or YouTube. If my voice is loud and clear, let me know before we proceed. I won't stop asking this question. I will always ask this question for me to know what is going on, because, of course, you all know African network is such a, I don't know what to call it. Let me know if you can hear my voice loud and clear, that we may proceed. All right, this one is coming from the Vanguard and it's a breaking news. So we want to read this. Before we move into the main segment of this very broadcast, we have to read this. And we are not just going to debunk it, but we are going to laugh at the zoo Janjaweed. Right? Because gone are the days when they come out with their propaganda and they will start debunking it. Listen and listen very good. Gone are the days when the zoo Janjaweed and their recruited IPOB DOS Nigeria West African Limited will come out with their propaganda and they will start debunking. We have gone beyond that. Rather, we help them. We help them to circulate it. Of course, we know that whatever we do not talk about does not sell. Anything we do not talk about can never sell, as far as Biafra is concerned, even though they are circulating it on Zoom, so-called mainstream media. As long as those in the Biafra Republic government in exile never talked about it, it can never sell. That is how difficult it is for them. So instead of us to come to debunk it, we'll help them to promote it, to market it. Yes, go biangolena apafana pacifique. Gone are the those who will come here to debunk their propaganda. We don't have time for that. Now they said, how security agents arrested top IPOB commander, eliminated Boko. Now, I don't care whether they eliminate Boko or not. It is none of my business. Let us read what they said here. They said, details of how the Department of State Security Services, in collaboration with the military, the Nigeria Air Force, and other security agencies, successfully arrested a top commander of the outlawed indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, seized 37,000 liters of stolen crude, and they eliminated many Boko fighters in Niger State, emerged in Abuja on Thursday. So they said DSS, military, Air Force, I don't know if NDC, NCDCD, and the NNPPP and the 33PC are involved. Maybe they did not count police, they did not count the paramilitary, they did not count the Bubago, they did not count, or they should put all their names. So all of you gathered, including the Nigerian Air Force. The Nigerian Air Force gathered to arrest one commander, and they praised themselves by calling him top commander. Mad people everywhere. Now they said, a complete security operative told Vanguard, a competent security operative. Oh, I did not know until today that there are some security operatives who are not competent. They denigrate themselves in order to carry out propaganda. I didn't know that there are some security operatives who are incompetent until today. I have only known today. Now, they said, told Vanguard in Abuja that the DSS, acting with sister security agencies, carried out the operations which led to the arrest of the notorious IPOB commander in Ebonyi State. Now, pay attention. They said, the source, however, declined to release the name of the arrested IPOB commander, saying that he was under investigation and will be made known later. Oh, Zoological Republic. Zoological Republic. Now, they said he is, look at it here, saying that he was under investigation and will be made known. He was under investigation. So if he was still under investigation, how comes you have already known and concluded that he is a top member or a top commander of IPOB in Ebonyi State, yet he is still under investigation? No be juju be that. No be juju be that. So he is still under investigation. And again, you have confirmed that he is a top commander of IPOB. Anyway, thank God they said IPOB. As it stands today, we know that as far as Biafra land is concerned, for now, there is nothing like IPOB. For now, until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is freed, then we'll begin to talk. And I want to tell you, let me tell you the truth today. Do you want to hear the truth today? By the time Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released, that very name you hear, IPOB, that very name you hear, IPOB, that very name you hear, IPOB, will cease. That very name you hear, IPOB, will cease. And let me tell you when the name may come back again. May come back again. Pay attention. First of all, I want you to know that once Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released, that name will not may, that name will cease to be mentioned or to exist. I'm not saying may cease to, I say that name will cease to exist and to be mentioned. And then when that name may come, that is now where may will play a part. When that name may come back to existence again is by the time we go into election, and then we begin to, or before we go into election, and then we begin to form political parties. That is when that name may come back into existence. May come back into existence. And if that name comes back into existence, all of us will be into that very, organization, because it's going to become a political party under Biafra nation. Remember, I use may because we are not sure yet. Now, do you know the reason why that name will completely cease to exist and to be mentioned immediately the moment Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released? Do you know why? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be released to us. Pay attention. I want you to pay attention. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be released to us. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will not come and start deviating from what has already worked for Biafra restoration and for his release, which is the Biafra government. Are you getting it? So he will not come to deviate because of an old name that even got him into trouble. Although the name played its own part by bringing the Biafra struggle to the level it was before we all joined and took it off from there. So for the name to come back again, it is something that will be deliberated inside the house and decide if people will go out in campaign with that name as a political party. Later on, by that time, Biafra has come and we have put the Biafra nation, into a very standard level, and then go into those who want to go into politics will go into politics, and then election will be carried out. That is when that name may come back again into existence. Now, so IPOB DOS Nigeria, they said they have arrested your top commander in Ebonyi. But as far as I'm concerned, there is no IPOB in Ebonyi State. What we have in Ebonyi State is Biafra de facto government in homeland. Even when I'm talking about Ebonyi State, I'm talking about the old Ebonyi State, which will now have 3 states from that very area. And then we also have the Biafra Liberation Army in those areas. So I don't know. They have to come out and clarify what they are talking about. So I'm going to leave this one from here, and then we move into the next segment, which is, of course, one of the main reasons we are here this evening. Please, if you haven't liked and shared the broadcast, try and do so this very moment before we move. Try and do so. I want to see more Biafrans here as we delve into the main matter that has brought us this evening. Try and like, and of course, do the needful. Welcome everybody that you know. Welcome others while we move. All right. Let us first of all see this one. Let us see this one, and after this, we will now go to the office of the Prime Minister in order to get the full gist. You see, for the past couple of days, news videos have been flying left, right, and center. How the Biafra Republic government in exile, finance minister Ogechukwu Nkere and his entourage have been meeting both Trump team, electoral campaign team, and of course, on a national duty, meeting the congressional men in the United States of America. And now they have taken it to the highest standard. They have taken it to the highest standard. I want to make it clear today. I want to announce it today that the only person who is remaining BLGIE representatives to meet now in America is probably the President of America. I don't know if people are listening to me. Ichoke, Abi. Ichoke. The only person that is remaining today now, maybe, probably, is the American president. Right? So, by the time you see what is going on, you will not be told, you don't have to be told the level that this very movement has gotten. You don't have to be told. Now let us read this very news. Please let me know once again if you can hear me. Let me know once again if you can hear my voice loud and clear while we move. I will read partially from the Daily Post Nigeria before going to the office of the Prime Minister. And according to their publication this very afternoon, they said, Biafra Declaration, BLGIE met U.S. Speaker, Congressman Simon Èkpá claims. You see, whenever they tell you claims, I become agitated. Because something that you can see with your own eyes